That's
I want to know so also while you were there, you experienced some of the local cuisine that you shared with us. So you were gonna buy ants. They were
Ant
out of
larvae.
ants.
Yeah, they were. She just had a great line because I shared the menu and it had all these things on it like ant larvae, grasshoppers, some sort of like, I don't know, antichoke bugs or something. I have no idea. But I ordered the ant larva because I thought that it was the one that would most be changed into some other food. Like, oh, it says ant larva, but when it gets here, it's going to look like gravy or sauce or something like that. They were out of ant larva, and Chiz is like, did they look for them? Like maybe shake the trash cans or something? Maybe there's ant larva out back, which was a cool line. But when he didn't have any, I ordered the grasshoppers. So in my head, I guess I figured they would turn the grasshoppers into something else, into something better. Like, oh, sure, it says grasshopper.
A caterpillar.
Do you have video of this as well?
I have pictures of the grasshopper meal. Is there an easy way to get from like your phone to the internet instead of the 3-step process I take? I'm not sure. But yeah, so they gave me the grasshoppers. This might take a minute. Oh, well, all right.
My guess is that they just look like grasshoppers. I don't know if that's better or worse than if they handed me like something that they were like, oh yeah, it's puree of beetle, and it was just like a dip.
I don't want to eat bugs at all.
I would prefer not, but I think if you dip something in chocolate, like almost anything.
And this was what they were serving you on the back of the truck as you were driving in?
No, this is a restaurant. He sent us a photo of the menu. It had like it had normal stuff too, like chicken taco, but then it was like ant larva, fucking
fancy
burrito.
Restaurant, like hole in the wall. Like...
It was a pretty fancy restaurant, I would say. Okay. Somehow I thought they'd make it good. Like it says ant larva, but by the time they've prepared it and turned it into a meal in which people would eat, it's going to be like nachos or something. Like that was my expectation. Yeah. That was not my reality at all. It's just not how it went down.
Yeah, they did not bother to change the form of the grasshopper. They left them as is, the way God made them.
Yes.
This is the Mexican equivalent of like farm to table. Like this is like the purest of ingredients. They've gotten you like field harvested grasshoppers. They're not going to put this into something else. You're going to lose the flavor of the meat.
Yeah.
For some reason. So the way that you ate it is you got a little tortilla. You filled it with grasshoppers, smeared some like avocado on it, and tried it.
And then drank a very strong bourbon immediately after.
Dude, I took a bite and it was like, I don't know why I expected this to be good. It was so grasshoppery. It was clearly just bugs in a tortilla.
Well, that's what it was. Like I know you can't get the picture, but you sent the photo of the little tortilla you made. Very good looking tortilla, but it had like 4 fat grasshoppers in it. And then like, you know how like guacamole is usually applied? It's like, oh, a little flavor enhancer. Like the amount that Woody put in that taco was like, we're going to blast through these with the power of avocados. Like just a huge, like you just like emptied half a toothpaste in there of avocado.
Yeah, I had this image. I was a little kid. I hated eggplant. My mother would make these eggplant dishes, right? And I have to eat them as a kid. And I would do it by like eat it with a big like mouthful of rice and chase it with water, or with milk rather, as a kid. And I'm just imagining Woody doing this with the grasshoppers, but like, why? Like,
I sent in Rome pictures via Discord. There should be oh, I have fucked this up. I thought I sent an image.
Here we go.
Okay.
Jack got it.
Okay, yeah. So that's the grasshopper.
Hard to make out from here. Like,
no, I'm seeing it. They look more like crickets.
That's the thing. You got hoodwinked. He's nothing more than a common cricket.
Now that does look exactly like a burrito full of bugs. Like if you weren't expecting this and you opened your burrito, like you'd ordered a burrito somewhere and it was like a steak burrito or something. You open it up, you'd be like, what the fuck? But this okay.
Is there cheese you can put on it? Like, are they helping you with other ingredients?
Yeah, maybe some salsa.
Hey,
can you show the other link, Zach? This is the plate that it was served on. He usually needs a second to show.
Yeah, I like that presentation.
I'm excited to hear.
I like that he made that fancy little arrow with the zigzag on the end, and then he threw a bunch of fucking cockroaches on her face.
Dude,
When
that's
it got- out of the corner of my eye, I thought one of them jumped or moved or something. Like it must have fallen.
Woody, what if you call the waiter and be like, "Excuse me, I don't want to cause a stink, but there's a hair in my cockroach."
Excuse me, there's a hair in my pile of bugs.
I even after seeing it, I thought that they would be like seasoned or
That's
something
so
in such
funny.
a way. It was literally just a plate full of bugs that I put on a Tostito. I ate the entire Tostito. I was afraid that I would look back at myself having had like a single bite of grasshopper and not really like, experienced Mexico.
Yeah.
Taylor, you know what the waiters were saying in the back as they watched Woody eat the whole thing.
Yeah, we only have this on there to make this place seem authentic. That's fucking gross.
I've never seen anyone eat the whole thing. Jesus.
I mean, like, they didn't even have like
No, that's
chili
awesome.
powder or like something to make it
We
taste
were-
nice. It was just bland ass bugs.
I-
Give us the top note, like the redeeming feature of
Give
grasshopper.
us the
What
detailed flavor palette.
was it? The texture? Like, do you like the fact that the legs are just full of like crunchy and hairy texture, or
it
what?
was crunchy as fuck. And then once you like smushed into the grasshopper, it tasted exactly how you'd expect grasshopper to taste. And that was the most shocking part of all. Somehow I was sure that if there were grasshoppers on the menu of a nice restaurant, that it wouldn't taste like grasshopper, but it very much did. And then I just ate it. By the time I finished the Tostito, I actually felt bad, like a little sick. And the biggest mistake was having had finished my drink before starting the grasshopper.
Oh,
Because the grasshopper just lingered in my mouth as I waited for Pepe or whatever my waiter's name was to bring me something to wash the grasshopper down with.
Hey,
Yo,
you got like a little.
Please tell me you got home and Jackie was like, I know you love him. You had a great time. And she made you a homemade plate of grasshopper when you got home, like freshly picked. Like,
Freshly
Dare to
picked.
dream. Or freshly picked.
I think
That's so
somebody
gross.
else that you had ordered some ant, because I saw like the ant larva on the menu. The menu
was
was
my
interesting
first
to me.
choice.
I mean, maybe they'd be interested to see the menu because
It takes
because
me a
it,
minute.
yeah, no, don't worry about that. But it was like honeyed ant larva or something like that was
Yeah.
on there, and
Which would probably have been better than the grasshopper
I
because
don't
you
think
can
so.
you can smother a lot of taste out with stuff like honey.
honey.
I gotta
yeah.
say, like I'm down to eat a lot of stuff, but like at some point, like it's just a stunt, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
way that like grasshopper is like tasty. Like I
No,
get that
there's no way.
I'm sure it's a great renewable source of protein, but in the end, you're eating an insect.
It's
so
like
there's-
it's the same
still-
way that like we've talked about this before, where like it'll be like, oh, in fucking Kenya, this cricket dish is a delicacy, and it's like, yeah, that's because they don't have cheesecake. Like,
So what, to steal a Woody Turner phrase here, for those of us who don't know, what do grasshoppers taste like? What are they close to? Like, what's the nearest comparable food that we might have had?
Caterpillar?
good
I don't
question.
know.
I haven't had caterpillar. Like,
Wait, have you had caterpillar?
Having had grasshopper, I feel like I know what caterpillar would be like too.
but it's not helpful. We need
That's like
nearest
saying,
comparable for
that we've
Woody is
eaten as a point of
caterpillar.
that's like saying because you've had pork, you think you'd know what a snake would taste like.
because they're both
No,
meaty.
so it's crunchy and the inside is gross, and they smell like caterpillars, and they taste like grasshoppers. I
Time
don't know
out!
what they're
I need a pause button with you. You're like, you're on fire tonight.
We should
does
do like
not
a video
taste like
reaction to
chicken.
Woody describing this because we need a pause for this.
Wait, what did you just say?
I have no idea.
He said the outside is crunchy and the inside tastes like grasshoppers.
Yeah, I can't
Well,
help
what
you.
do grasshoppers taste like?
Not like chicken, not like steak, not like bison. They're just gross and squishy on the inside, and they sort of the
If there's-
legs
how about a
get caught in between
consistency?
your teeth.
Yeah,
Like
consistency.
tofu, like what are we talking about when you say squishy? Like,
So that it is like rotten yogurt on the inside of a grasshopper,
Oh,
and the outside is like dirt and exoskeleton. It's
Okay.
yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna stick
Okay.
with real animals, eating real animals, not bugs. The
It is
smallest
good.
animal, yeah.
Zach, can you share that I sent on Discord? Did you get it? I don't have any.
I had some
Information
sort of, I
network.
can't remember what
I don't
fucking insect it was now, but I had it in a drink once. I had a spicy like margarita drink that had part of that as like the powdered part in that. And that wasn't bad, but I didn't taste it or I didn't notice
Yeah.
it. Like it was
Oh.
in there, but like you didn't notice. So
Zach's
Yeah.
trying.
Well, they'll
Oh,
like I've heard of
sorry,
like
you're right.
like silly things with like bugs and like stuff with drinks. Like they'll have like Mexican tequila. I only know this from like seeing it in TV shows, and I know it's real. Where they're like, oh, there's a worm in the bottom of the tequila, or there's like a little snake in the bottom of in the tequila. But that's really not that gross because it's sitting in alcohol.
You got
You
it.
know, like it's not nearly as nasty as eating a bug in its entirety.
I don't know if
Worms
you can
of
zoom in and all,
Magui
but if you
cactus with guacamole.
artichoke with vinaigrette and 4 cheeses. No, we skip right by that. Totters of pork and vinegar, grasshoppers with guacamole. That's what we got. Worms of Magui cactus with guacamole, shrimp octopus cocktail, ant larva with melted butter. They didn't have that. Mixed salad and cheese fondue. So
It feels like a couple of these are on there just to like catch the tourists. Like this whole menu is like there's a lot of good ones and a couple that you just don't do. And if you do, you're getting charged extra.
By
'Cause
the
clearly-
way, can I just say the cheese fondue for 2 with, first of all, that rhymes, with Argentinian sausage sounds amazing. And you chose
I was thinking the same
grasshoppers?
thing.
No, his
grasshoppers
I'm
were my
going
second
ant
choice. They
larva.
didn't have
Oh,
ant
yeah.
larva.
Forgive me.
I'm going fondue on this menu for sure. Get a little
But-
mixed salad so I don't feel guilty about eating for 2.
No, we're not
I
doing
wanted
that. I assumed I'd be
Eat a
sharing.
little
the-
more so I feel less.
It was fondue for 2.
No,
I
no,
just
not
assumed
share
that.
it.
You with the crab. I told
But
somebody
it's
your
for
crab
people.
story.
But it's for smaller people.
I told somebody your crab story about how you sat there and ate 4 portions of crab in front of a girl. That's how I said it, and I sort of left it open at the end, and they were like, "How did she ever come back in?" He's like, "Yeah, she married him. She married him."
Now she knows when we go out for seafood, it's a 4-hour event.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get up in the middle like it's an intermission at a play, and I kind of just like stretch, and it's like, "You're not going home yet, bitch. You can shovel some more in."
I almost ordered
you can eat crab events or something like where you could make
Hardly
money on
any anymore. I've run them all out of town.
it? No.
They know better than that. They've learned their lesson.